just embarrassing. This was an embarrassing game. Stephanie White, down 12 points with 6 seconds to go, just called a timeout. She just called a timeout. This was a absolute embarrassment. An embarrassing performance from the Indiana Fever. 0 fast break points. And lads, guys that are coming into the stream, thank you, George, for the $10. Leave a like. If you're watching this in a video, leave a like. Let's try to get this to 1,000 likes. And on the stream, we're only 200 off 1,000. Lads, we're so close to 48,000 subscribers as well. If we could get to that by the end of the day, that would be insane. But lads, Aaliyah Boston played less minutes than Sydney Colson. Aaliyah Boston played less minutes than Sid Colson. Aaliyah Boston, MVP candidate up to this point, All W candidate Aaliyah Boston, played less minutes than comedian, full-time comedian, part-time basketball player Sydney Colson. Sid Colson is the worst point guard I have ever seen in the WNBA. And I've watched Julie Van Loo play bad games. And if you guys have ever seen heard about or watched Julie Van Loo in a bad game, it can get like painful to watch. Aaliyah Boston shot the ball 5 times. Aaliyah shot it 5 times. Sid Colson shot the ball 7 times. She shot it 7 times. Like, Kelsey Mitchell, when she just goes, meep, dribble, do something dumb, she goes 4 for 16 from the field. 4 for 16. 4 assists. The team had 21 turnovers. Or is it 21 turnovers? Or is it 19? It was in 19. I can't remember if it was 1 over 20 or 1 under 20. So there's more than 17 turnovers. They had 17, then they turned the ball over twice. Either way, they have set the record for most turnovers in a game this season for them. They had more turnovers than when Caitlin Clark had 10 herself. Thank you, Bad Phil, for the $9. Then she had 10 by herself. They had 0 fast break points. 0 fast break points on the game. 0. 0 fast break points. I don't care what this score ends up. The Warner Bonners in the line. The Fever are trying to make this game single digits. The fact they scored 70 points is purely because the referees were giving the Fever every single call. Like, to say that the Indiana Fever did not get the huge benefit of the doubt, other than, like, Aaliyah Boston, who continues to get phantom fouls called on her. Aaliyah Boston, for some reason, they still call phantom fouls on Aaliyah Boston. Other than Aaliyah Boston, they got the benefit of the doubt from every single call for the entirety of this game. DeWanna Bonner. Good game. Well played, DeWanna. Well played. I'm not going to criticize. There are 2 players on this Indiana Fever team that don't deserve criticism. DeWanna Bonner does not deserve any criticism for how she played today. At all. And Lexi Hull does not deserve any criticism. And by the way, Natasha Howard was the only player doing anything in the half court. By the way, was she shooting some crazy shots? Yes. But halfway through the third quarter, she committed 5 turnovers. Fine. 3 moving screens that were 50-50 and 2 travels. It is what it is. She was still -1. They still looked fine when she was on. She was the only player who did anything. Anything on the defense, on the offensive end. The only player who did anything. Like, Michaela Timpson, they subbed her in for, 9 seconds? For 22 seconds. And in that 22 seconds, her one-handed rebound was better than anything else we've seen from any player on this team. At least DeWanna Bonner got a nice shot to end the game with 21 points. At least DeWanna Bonner. At least DeWanna Bonner did something. Natasha Howard played 17, got subbed off half through the third, and then got benched. Aaliyah Boston took less shots than Sid Colson. This offense is so bad. It's so bad. Like, it is the worst offense I've ever seen. It is literally give the ball to the wing, and then everybody stands there thinking, what the hell are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? And it starts and finishes with the worst player I think I've ever seen in Sydney Colson. Sid Colson can play 3 minutes per game and be a pest. She can be a Pat Bev and go for steals. She turned it over. Again, she got an assist there at the end, didn't she? She had 3 assists because she got one there on the buzzer for DeWanna Bonner. So she turned the ball over as many times she had assists, and one of her assists was in garbage time. She committed 5 fouls late on in the game when it's just about to end. It's not fully over. She just shoved Brittany Sykes for no reason. She was just running around hacking people at inopportune times. And by the way, Sid Colson got burned. She got burned on the offensive end. She got absolutely burned. And not only that, she did not pass the ball to Aaliyah Boston once. I don't think that Sid Colson passed the ball into the post to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston shot 5 times, 4 of 5 from the field. At least she had 10 points there. She shot... this is a game that you need Aaliyah Boston, and Aaliyah Boston gives you 4 of 5 from the field. Sid Colson is a worse defender than Caitlin Clark in long minutes. She got burned every single time because she throws herself out of the play. How many times Sydney Colson just threw herself out of the play looking for a steal, and all of a sudden there's a switch and she switched on Kiki Iriafen or something? How many times did that happen? How many times did that happen? When it comes to the Washington Mystics, I am going to talk about the players who played well for the Mystics. Brittany Sykes was horrendous in the first half, and then as soon as Sid Colson switched on to her, it was like, you know what? Barbecue chicken time. It's barbecue chicken. We made Shakira Austin in the first half look like Michael Jordan. We made her look like Aja. We had Lucy Olsen having a career game. Lucy Olsen had a career game. Jane Melbourne didn't score much, but we made her look like the best defender in the WNBA. Sonia Citron is Sonia Citron. She does what she does. Everything's within the offload, the offense. Sonia Citron is Sonia Citron. We made Kiki Iriafen absolutely destroyed. Destroyed Aaliyah Boston. Destroyed Aaliyah Boston. They are... I don't... the Mystics aren't even good. Again, the Mystics are not awful. The Mystics are going to hover around 10, 9, and best 8 this season. We made the Washington Mystics, and this scoreline does not reflect the game. The Mystics did not... the Fever got bailed out by the referees. This scoreline is not a reflection of the game. The scoreline is not a reflection of the game. And this is what happens when you have a comedian as a point guard. And by the way, there is no excuse for Sydney Colson to play 30 minutes. She plays no offense, she can't shoot, and she plays no defense. She is a pest. She is a 5-minute-a-game player to be an energy player. And that is completely fine. That is completely fine. But, why would you get rid of an actual backup point guard? They don't have anyone. They don't have anyone that can do anything. I understand she's there as a locker room presence. But I mean this when I say this. The locker room would be a lot better if they won this game. They win this game if Erica Wheeler's there. Dare I say they're a lot closer in this game if Christy Wallace is there. And I cannot believe that sentence has come out of my mouth. If Grace Berger's still there, they might win that game. Whatever you think about Grace Berger, she's better than that. She's better than Colson. Whatever you think about Grace Berger, she's better than Colson. And again, they exposed Sophie Cunningham's inability to dribble. So the first time in preseason, Sophie Cunningham was not, ran the show at the 1. However, they just full court pressed Sophie. They 3-quarter court pressed Sophie Cunningham. They 3-quarter court pressed Cunningham, and there was nothing they could do. There was nothing that the Fever could do. Because Sophie Cunningham is not a great ball handler. She's smart. She can set up the offense. But if there's pressure on her on the ball handler, her handle's iffy. Her brain can play the 1. Her handle can't. At this stage, I mean this when I say this. Let Aaliyah play point guard. Because Kelsey can't play point guard. Sid Colson should not be on the floor. Figure something out. I don't care who takes the ball up, just not Sid Colson. Let Aaliyah play point guard and initiate your offense through the 5. Initiate your offense through the center position. We watched Alyssa Thomas play point center, and I understand Alyssa Thomas is different. We're watching Angel play point guard for Chicago Sky, and even the Sky looked better last night than the Fever. Even the Sky, they've looked worse than the Sky have looked. This is this is as bad as the Sky looked, other than the Liberty game and the Fever game. They don't have a point guard. Nalissa can play point at this stage. Taking Alyssa Smith back. We have the Michael Jordan and Alyssa Smith, but why did she not play more? Damaris Dantas Good effort. Good job. Good effort. Good hustle. A lot of fouls, but good job. You're not going to play that many minutes. You got fouls to give. Good job, Dantas, on the defensive end. Gotta say, good job, Damaris Dantas. Good job, Dewana Bonner. Kelsey Mitchell. And by the way, Aaliyah Boston without Caitlin Clark on the floor is a different player, and not in a good way. They said this is when Aaliyah Boston's start for MVP. Her MVP, like, they're gonna call her number, and her like hunt for MVP starts now. Aaliyah Boston might not make a damn all-star team if Caitlin Clark's out for more than 6 games. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy, and this is the worst I've ever seen the Fever play. It's the worst I've ever seen the Fever play.